It's the scenario that 21-year-old Jamie Redknapp could have done without, playing in a Liverpool side whose performance could help dictate whether his father Harry is a Premiership manager with West Ham next season. Harry usually travels miles to watch Jamie play. Tonight he can't even afford mixed feelings. Neither can number 3 Julian Dix or forward Don Hutchison, both former Liverpool players, as they seek the win that would ensure Hammer's safety. Michael Hughes is preferred to Martin Allen on the right, and 34-year-old Trevor Morley is recalled in place of the injured Urum Burra. Well, Liverpool's injury list now includes Jones, Ruddock, Bjornaby, Wright, Rush and Molby. But Phil Babb is fit to return in defence, and the almost forgotten figure of Nigel Clough starts a game for the first time this year. There's also a place for Dominic Matteo, preferred to Mark Walters. And Robbie Fowler needs just 1 goal to complete 50 for Liverpool in his first 2 seasons of senior football. Well, the loudspeaker at Upton Park was still playing I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles right up to kick-off, whipping up the fervour for a night that means, or could mean, an awful lot to West Ham. Liverpool are playing from left to right in their change strip. And West Ham knowing that a win would see them clear, a draw might keep them on edge. And got the first free kick. Morley in the centre. Hughes and Moncur round the ball. Moncur leaves it. Oh, and a possibility early on there as 3 players got in on the back post for West Ham. Breaker, and the flick on doesn't quite find Hutchison. Here's Potts. Holmes playing on the left, and he's got 2 waiting in the centre for the cross, and it's cleared for a corner by Steve Harkness. And already Mark Reaper is coming up from the back to add his height in the penalty area. It's going to be Hughes to take it with his left foot. And it's Robbie Fowler who dropped right back to defend on this side. Harkness, and that's Potts. Morley is nicely knocked on towards Hughes, and he got that down well. Good control by the Irishman. And here comes Bishop. On the break for Liverpool, it's McManaman picking up the clearance from the goalkeeper. Oh, a bit short for Clough, but it's Redknapp now. Fowler. Now Barnes. And that's a foul. The tackle from behind. Mark Reaper claiming he took the ball, but he doubtless took the man as well, who was Nigel Clough. Comes back to Barnes, though. Breaker who clears for the corner. Phil Babb is up at the back. Number 6. There goes Scales, marked by Reaper. This is Clough. Scales stays forward. So too does Babb on this side. Here's McManaman. Well, this is an anxious night for the West Ham manager. Made more poignant, I suppose, by the presence of his son in the opposition. Now then, Holmes. 2 to his right, comes off John Barnes to Moncur. Now Bishop. This is Breaker. Got round the back there. Huls is on loan still to West Ham from Strasbourg, the French club. He's an ex-Manchester City player who took that route, an Irish international to boot, 23 caps. That's a mistake by Scales. It's let Moncur in. To his left is Matt Holmes. Chance here for West Ham. Oh, he took it brilliantly. Matthew Holmes. Well, it wasn't the best of angles from which to beat David James, but it was a clinical finish. And the Hammers are in front. John Moncur took advantage of a slip by John Scales, laid it left, and Holmes, coming in from the angle, did awfully well to guide that underneath the left arm of the goalkeeper with power. And with 29 minutes gone, West Ham have taken the lead. It could be a vital goal for them. Bishop to Morley. Two West Ham players wanting the same ball there, and Liverpool have broken that up. It's Fowler to Clough. Outside him is McManaman. Clough again. Redknapp. There's a shooting chance on here. I would think his father was only too pleased to see that go wide on this occasion. Jamie Redknapp was given almost the freedom of Upton Park to line up that one. That's a good ball by Potts, looking for Morley. He's got Holmes just behind him, a bit close, but supporters of West Ham felt that Matt Holmes deserved a free kick there. It didn't come. So the team that need the win lead at half-time. West Ham in front thanks to Matt Holmes' first goal of the season. It was splendidly taken, and if it was to stay like this, then the Hammers would ensure their Premiership survival. Perhaps worth making the point at the beginning of the second half that West Ham have not let in a goal in their last 3 home games. And Liverpool haven't scored one in their last 2 away. So those seem to be good omens on the surface for the Hammers fans. Nigel Clough, oh, danger here. It's Thomas overlapping, McManaman. Fowler, there was danger, and that was Liverpool's best effort so far. And the heads are being held because Robbie Fowler was near there to his 50th goal and perhaps should have had it. The setup is on the right, Thomas and McManaman, and West Ham giving Fowler unforgivable space really in the penalty area, which on this occasion he failed to take advantage of. There's Thomas. Just short there as Fowler's pass. This is John Moncur. Oh, and Hughes really waited a bit too long to go for that, and in the end he goes down, and that's a yellow card. Phil Babb. well played. Hutchison! It's the ex-Liverpool man who may have ensured against Liverpool West Ham's survival in the Premiership. It's the second goal that means so much in a game like this, or should do. And really, the West Ham striking partnership set this up. Potts into Morley. He's got Harkness with him, but he lays it back for Hutchison to hit it right foot across a standing goalkeeper. And it's 2-0 to West Ham. Just under an hour gone. David James was rather looking back at it as it went in from Don Hutchison. But West Ham are full of themselves now. And frankly, if they don't win this match, they'll only have themselves to blame. And a lusty version of I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles right on cue. Sent a wave of relief around Upton Park. And now Moncur has gone down after a challenge by Barnes, but there's chances here again. Hutchison again! Yes! Oh, surely that seals it. Harry Redknapp, look at that. The gesture of a manager who knows he's mighty close now to ensuring Premiership football here next season. And Don Hutchison has scored 2 in little more than a minute. The concern in the centre circle is for John Moncur, who was injured while that build-up was going on. Tim Breaker here plays the ball forward. You can see Moncur lying on the ground in the background, but here's Hutchison, and he only has to prod that past James. The bounce just up nicely for him. So, Liverpool make a substitution meantime. Dominic Matteo has gone off. And the £2 million man, Mark Kennedy, has come on, number 19. Oh, it's play on Morley! Well, whether Scales handled it or not, the referee was quite right to play an advantage, because Trevor Morley, from the defender's error, was clean through and should have made it 4. Careless, this is Bishop. Hughes to Moncur, good running by Tim Breaker from this side. He's really touched the ball, but it wouldn't be for me to tell John Moncur where to put it, because his passing is normally exemplary. This is McManaman. Barnes, chance perhaps for Kennedy to show what he can do. He's one for the future, there's no doubt about that. Appropriately, he's wearing number 19, and in 5 days' time, next Monday, he'll be 19. And Clough maybe finding a route through here for Kennedy. Good early ball by the youngster. Oh, it was people flying through the air there as though it was the first game of the season. That was Kennedy. And the pat on the back really is for Don Hutchison, who, having scored the 2 vital goals, suddenly found himself defending and literally threw himself across the penalty area. You watch the cross go in and then look for the flying figure. I think he was helped on his way a bit by a colleague there, Steve Potts. When you think of all the tension that preceded this match, in terms of them being threatened with relegation, the atmosphere here now is quite benign. John Barnes gets Steve McManaman through. It might not be for a second. The cross go out to Klein. It just goes to show that in every sense it is West Ham's night. And he took over from Billy Bonds very near the start of the season, Harry Redknapp. right at the start, and it was always going to be a bit of an uphill struggle this year for the Hammers, but he seems to have won the battle, or they seem to have won the battle for him. And indeed, the man who is moving is John Moncur. He's found Breaker. Oh, and here's Hughes. Scales just managing to save it. Referee Eden gets a touch, which might just remind him that we're in stoppage time. Here's McManaman. Forward run by Jamie Redknapp. Oh, and a chance here for Nigel Clough, but he's put it over. Well, he's had a season that he really would prefer to forget. Not all of his doing, I might add, Nigel Clough. There must surely be a place for him in a Premiership team somewhere, even though he didn't take that opportunity in the dying seconds here. Premiership football will be played at Upton Park next season. Harry Redknapp's team have survived. All the anxiety will drain away now as the manager applauds the fans and his team. Comfortable winners here, thanks to 2 goals in little more than a minute in the second half by a former Liverpool player, Don Hutchison, which really ended this match as a contest and gave Harry Redknapp the result he wanted. And I wouldn't imagine that Jamie Redknapp, when it all dies down, will be too sorry about it either. And there's the gesture between father and son.
Well, congratulations, Harry.